Hey guys, it's Idiot Dark and RPG Lion, and today we are here to talk about the newest arc of Dragon Ball Super, the
Hello.
Universal arc. So, just earlier we finished watching Dragon Ball Super episode 83.
We finished it about like a minute ago.
Yeah, about a minute ago. I would say that I really like Vegeta's character development because, as you could see, I'm not sure if you agree with me on this line, but when he arrived to Earth, his sole purpose was to destroy it, get the Dragon Balls, turn immortal, and then defeat Frieza, right?
Yep, basically. Um, also delivers one of the coolest fucking uh, beam battles we've ever seen in Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and through this entire time, don't get me wrong, I like the evil Vegeta, but I mean, as you can see through the whole series of Dragon Ball, through all the arcs, excluding GT, we're not even going to step into that territory. But from Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta has been, I would say, he was
Kind of
carefree
a
at the
state.
time, he was selfish, he only cared about himself. But it seems like after the Buu arc, he started getting a bit closer to Bulma and Trunks.
He wasn't a good guy until the Buu arc. Cause let's not forget the fact that he slaughtered villages during the Namek arc.
Oh yeah, during the Frieza arc, I mean we can all remember Vegeta killing the Namekians and killing all of Frieza's men. And in the Cell arc, all he wanted to do was train to become a Super Saiyan. Like he was super obsessed with it.
Hi Kui, bye Kui.
Hi Kui, boom, bye Kui. Anyway, and then in the Buu saga, I mean, you could especially see a character change in Vegeta when he became Majin.
And he did that for he took on that evil power for the sole purpose of beating Kakarot.
Mm-hmm. And he couldn't do it because Kakarot, aka Goku, was hiding the Super Saiyan 3 form, which is explained in when Buu turned Super
User
Buu, but
joined your
we'll
channel.
get there at a later time.
Golden, we're having a discussion.
Okay.
User left your
So
channel.
anyway, with that being
Buddy was
said,
moved out of your channel.
Poor Golden.
poor Golden. But anyway, and then after that, you see a lot of character development between Vegeta and Bulma, especially in Dragon Ball Super. In the Battle of Gods arc, I mean, before Beerus showed up, I'm not
That's
sure.
Buddy
my
joined your channel.
Bulma.
Everybody remembers. Everybody remembers that's my Bulma. That's one of my favorite lines. And before that, I'm not sure if you saw this episode, Lion, but I actually prefer the episode where Vegeta actually sucked up his pride and actually took like a day out to spend time with Bulma and Trunks.
I saw.
Because you even saw that flashback in that video where Vegeta punched Trunks because I think the deal was between Vegeta and Trunks was that if Trunks could land one blow on Vegeta's face,
He would take him to the park.
he would take him to the park. But if you look at the Funimation, if you look at the Dragon Ball Z Kai dub, it says he'll take Trunks to that amusement park he's been babbling on about, which we never know what amusement park that is, but I'm not going into that discussion. But anyway, with that being said, I think Vegeta actually felt bad for hitting his own son because he was so young and because of how strong he was. So he sucked up his pride to spend time with Vegeta and to spend time with Trunks and Bulma, and then they got on
Uh,
that cruise, etc., etc.
and now let's and now let's not forget the fact that Vegeta has a new baby.
Oh yes, yes, we would like to talk about Little Bola. They have officially stepped into Dragon Ball GT's territory. I mean, this is
Not necessarily a bad thing.
it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. The only reason I watched GT was because of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That was it. I watched that and that was it. So, I mean, I've seen little bits and clips and I do not like it. I do not like GT.
Hey, let's talk about some real quick because now that we're in GT territory, that opens up discussion for Super Saiyan 4, right?
Yes, I even discussed that earlier while we were watching it. I mean, there is a huge possibility now that Goku.
Now, my personal opinion, since this is also a conversation slash debate,
Yes.
my personal opinion is they're not going to do Super Saiyan 4 due to the fact that Super Saiyan God kind of makes it irrelevant now because
I mean, yes, it is irrelevant now, but
if you think about it, the dragons that they had to fight, that the Super Saiyan 4 thing was whole.
Shenron and
Yeah,
Nova
yeah, yeah.
Shenron.
And Omega Shenron, they had a trouble time with their Super Saiyan 4 forms, except when they were Gogeta. Then they could handle stuff.
Oh yeah. Is
Those
it
were
irrelevant now?
They were basically just fighting Shenron.
I mean, that was basically it. I mean, those were Black Star Dragon Balls. That's basically the
They were
opposite side of Shenron.
They were basically just fighting Shenron, right?
Uh-huh. And then Goku disappeared at the end of GT and was like, "Bye, see ya, bitches."
And Super Saiyan God Goku was fighting Beerus, who Shenron is scared of.
Yeah, I mean, Super Saiyan 4 is irrelevant, but who's saying... Because Gohan... We all know Gohan can't go Super Saiyan 4.
Granted, they might do Super Saiyan 4 and give it a power boost.
I mean, they may do it. I mean, we all remember episode 82, where Goku was fighting Toppo. And Goku said, "Let me show you what happens when I've reached past my limit." I mean, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube saying about this, and the more I actually listen to it, and the more I pay attention to it, and the more I do my research on it, it could be possible that Goku has found a way to transform. I mean, could it be Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20? I don't know, but how it actually looks, we may end up getting like this brand new transformation that we don't even understand yet. I mean, could it be?
We might get something like that'll make him kind of like maybe more Beerusy. I don't know.
More destructive. I mean,
he so far his main thing is he's using the Kaioken. He's mixing it with the Super Saiyan Blue. We might get Super Saiyan Purple. I don't know.
Super Saiyan Purple. Just mix the colors. But anyway, here's
Super
another
Saiyan
thing I want
Violet.
to bring up.
Super Saiyan Violet. That would be cool.
That would actually be pretty. There's one more thing I wanna bring up before we go back to Vegeta. When Toppo asked Goku, "Is he evil?" and Goku replies, "I'm evil, huh?" I have ever since this whole universe survival arc has gone on. The more you look at Goku's expressions towards the other universes, it feels like he is. It's like he is and he isn't. Basically, what I mean by that is we've seen Goku protect the Earth and other planets thousands of times. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, but here he is right now, fighting the other universes just for fun, and even at the risk of blowing up his own universe. I mean, it's like, oh, I wanted to fight real bad, but I got the raw end of the stick. I mean,
when you look up Super Saiyan Violet, all that comes up is Super Saiyan Rose.
Super Saiyan Rose is close to Violet.
Super Saiyan Rose was fucking pretty.
It wouldn't actually surprise me if one of these days Goku got Super Saiyan Rose.
That's mostly because Zamasu was a god, and I guess because
I have a feeling that was a mixture of Zamasu's aka Dark Ki with a mixture of Goku's Super Saiyan cells. That's just me.
He's using divine energy now. I feel like if he amped that up, I feel like that he could reach Super Saiyan Rose, and that would be really cool.
If one day Goku were to ever reach Super Saiyan Rose, I would feel bad for Beerus. Because it's shown in the Goku Black arc that he can obviously kill a god. That Super Saiyan Rose, well, actually, Goku Black in base form itself was able to kill the gods. I mean, could Goku get to that point? I mean, if he trains hard enough like he has been, then yes. But it's vague.
Oh, by the way, have you played Dragon Ball Fusions?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen the Beerus Whis mixture?
Yes, I have, and I laugh my ass off every time. Alright, anyway, back to Vegeta.
We keep getting off track.
Yeah. Anyway, back with Vegeta. The really important thing here is that, I mean, yes, during this entire thing you're hearing about the universal survival, the tournament, 80 warriors in one ring in 43 minutes. I think they had to fight. I mean,
It's basically the Royal Rumble from WWE, but in
basically
universe.
just lots of screaming, lots of Super Saiyans, and possibly we could lose a lot of these guys. I mean,
This is where Roshi dies.
I mean, if you really want to think about it, I mean, like they said in the tournament rules, if you fly out of the ring, you're gonna fall. Some of these fighters here are not the smartest.
Let's not forget the giant robot that is on Ciampa's team.
Oh, are you talking about Chopo?
Can't remember
I
his
think
name.
his name is Chopo.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
But anyway, I'm not really focused on the other universes right now. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm more concerned
I'm just
about
talking about his
Buu.
disadvantage here.
I mean, Majin Buu actually has the biggest advantage right now. Because
Ata Majeta.
Optimagetta,
Majeta is his name.
we all saw how Buu reacted in the Zen exhibition match. Buu likes to take hits more than dealing them. So I have a feeling that if Majin Buu actually gets hit enough to where he's enjoying it, they could possibly knock him out of that ring.
Let's not forget the fact that Boo likes to bounce around.
Yes, Buu
That-
does, and
That's one of
wrong
his whole
bounce.
things. But if Boo wants to, he can have it so somebody just punches him and their hands go in his stomach.
Oh yeah, I mean that is possible too. But what if Majin Buu does bounce? I mean, one wrong bounce and that's off the edge.
Uh, only if Boo were smart.
Exactly. I mean, here's
If
one
Boo,
thing.
if Boo were smart, he'd just leave a piece of himself in the ring just to sit there, and then he falls out and just springs back from his little thing.
Exactly. I mean, and that would be allowed too because that is a part of his abilities. I mean, okay, here's one thing that I don't think that they included, but I actually want to get it out in the open right now. Fusions. Would fusions be allowed in the 80 Warrior Royal Rumble? I mean, technically it is a technique and it is a skill, so would fusions be allowed?
No.
I mean, the only ones who know the fusion technique who are gonna be in this tournament are Goku and Vegeta.
Don't forget Piccolo.
Piccolo does know it too, but I don't think
He's never used it.
exactly. But I don't think Goku can lower his ki that much.
I mean, he can. It just wouldn't be very beneficial.
It wouldn't be beneficial. I mean, the most beneficial fusion that you would see would be between Piccolo and Gohan, if Gohan knew it.
Now I have a question.
Yeah.
What if Vegeta and Piccolo fused with the Potara earrings, and then Goku rose his ki enough to where they fused with him?
I mean, that would actually be pretty cool, but Batara earrings would be counted as cheating because it's not an actual ability.
I mean, they allowed them to use the healing stuff.
I mean, yes, but that was the Zen exhibition match.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm talking about the whole Royal Rumble here. I mean, fusion technique would be beneficial in this, especially for Goku and Vegeta. But would they count against it because they merged two fighters into one, or would they count it? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, but it seems like it would benefit for a short amount of time, but it wouldn't benefit in the long run.
By the way, Piccolo, Goku, and Vegeta fusion looks extremely weird.
But that's my thoughts on fusion, at least. Anyway, back to the character development of Vegeta, because I actually want to talk about each different character and get the thoughts of how they would actually do in the match. I mean,
I wish I was a carrot.
I wish I was a carrot. But Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super, in Battle of Gods. I mean,
All right, bye, Colt.
say it, Colt. Anyway, we've seen
Buddy disconnected from your
We've seen
channel.
Super Saiyan God firsthand, correct? And
Yes, and it can take Beerus to 50%.
it can take
We-
Beerus to 50%. Actually, it took him to 80%, as they said in the dub. In the sub, it took 100% of his power. So I'm actually focusing on the sub here. I'll get to Battle of Gods in a minute. But it's like in the sub, they said straight up that Beerus's power, he used 100% of his power against Super Saiyan God. It could be a misread or anything like that. That's just what I read when I was watching clips on it.
I'm looking at it right now. Keep talking. I'll tell you in a second.
But I think that was a really good point for Vegeta's character development because we all saw how bad he broke down after Bulma got slapped in Beerus. And I'm talking about the sub here. I mean, did you see how broken Vegeta was when that happened?
When what happened, I was looking at stuff.
In the sub where Beerus slapped Bulma. I feel like that was more dramatic than the dub wanted to be. I mean, the dub was just straight off smack, how dare you, that's my Bulma. In the sub, it was like Vegeta had his heart torn out.
Yeah.
I mean, it was actually really intense for me because me, as a huge Vegeta fan, has loved the character development ever since he first arrived on Earth in Dragon Ball Z. And then as you see after Battle of Gods, he's wanting to spend more time with Bulma and Trunks. He just doesn't want to show it. I mean, he wants to show it really bad. It's just, I think it's more of a pride issue for him. I think that he feels that if he were to show love or compassion or anything like that, I think to him it makes him feel weak. Like it lowers his pride and it lowers his standards of the Saiyan race. But believe it or not, showing that emotion and everything like that would make you a stronger person. I mean, it could be possible that at one point in time that we could see Vegeta kiss Bulma or something like that. I mean, just show a little bit of light. I mean, it is possible. I mean, at this point, anything's possible, especially if the new baby that's been born is named Bola. I mean, at this point, I think we're good to go.
The only time we've ever really heard the word, we've never even really heard the word love. Goku said he knows what his heart wants in the original Dragon Ball.
Yes, I remember when Goku proposed to Chi-Chi.
That was a weird proposal, by the way.
No, believe it or not, there has been one time in Dragon Ball Z where someone has mentioned the word love. That was in the Buu arc. I don't remember when, but it was when everybody was up on Korn's tower. I think it was I think it was before Gohan died. Gohan and Vegeta. Well,
It was after the wedding of Yajirobe and Korin, right?
I think so.
Okay.
But anyway.
Also, I found something. It's an interview with Kira Toriyama. He said he states the power differences between the Battle God characters. On a scale of power, Super Saiyan God Goku is a 6, Beerus is a 10, and Whis is a 15.
See, now he says it's a 6 and Beerus is a 10. But it's obvious that you can see in the show that it really doesn't look like a 6.
Well, this is a Kira Toriyama
I mean, he's the one who wrote it, so I'm not going to debate on that.
Granted, this is the Super Saiyan God that takes up all the stamina.
I mean, yeah, Super Saiyan God does do a lot on stamina, especially with it being a limited transformation.
Using 5 people and all
Anyway,
that.
back to the love part. They were up on Korin's tower on the Majin Buu arc. Goku grabbed Chi-Chi, and then you heard slightly before the episode ended, Goku say, "I love you, Chi-Chi." I mean, you could even look it up right now.
All right.
I mean, after that, that's it.
Let's stop. I think one of the most powerful things that uh, has happened in Dragon Ball Super is that Vegeta refused to enter the Zen exhibition tournament because Bulma was pregnant.
And see, they were a little bit hesitant on that because first he wouldn't go train with Goku because he wanted to be there for when Bolo was born. He didn't quite explain it like that, but it came off like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, with that being said, then this Zen exhibition match comes on. You see a complete total tone shift with Vegeta's mind, especially after Goku tells him that 10 of Universe 7's great fighters will be fighting against 70 other fighters.
You know what I just thought about?
Hmm.
I know this is completely random, but I want you to think about it. Y'all just never killed anyone in the show.
He never has. I mean, I think who's been killed the most times? Who's been killed the most times in the entire Dragon Ball series?
Probably Goku.
Probably excluding Goku.
I mean, Vegeta's died once.
Vegeta's died once.
Vegeta's died twice. Vegeta's died twice.
Oh yeah, because of Frieza. That's right. Let's see.
And Boo.
And Boo. Tien's died once. Android 17 and Android 18
Krillin.
don't count. Krillin has died. Krillin's died twice. Chaozu's died twice. Piccolo's died once. I think it's just mainly Goku who's died the most.
Gohan's died once.
Actually,
Trunks has
Gohan
died.
never died.
No,
When he
Gohan
went-
did. Gohan did die once.
In the Majin Buu arc?
He died first with a lot of other characters when Kid Buu blew up the planet because it was just Vegeta,
Oh,
Goku.
yeah, that's right, that's right.
It was just Vegeta, Goku, and Mr. Satan.
That's right.
He also died in the Future Trunks timeline.
Yeah, but we're talking about the normal timeline.
Roshi's died twice.
That's mainly it.
But
But anyway, this void that they keep talking about.
the entire population of Earth has died 4 times,
Oh my god.
and Krillin has died 3.
But
Uh,
this void
What?
that they keep talking about in the Royal Rumble. That's something I'm still trying to wrap my head around. Is it just? I mean, I know what void means. But how's that void gonna work? Does that void kill people?
it's a nothingness.
So you just float around in nothingness for the rest of your life?
Or maybe it's like a kind of a black hole type thing.
Maybe.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out on that one.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out. But anyway, more character developments. I really want to get to the point of Goku. Like, I really want to get this. I really want to scratch the surface on this. Goku being evil. Like, that's something I really want to emphasize here. I mean, we've seen him, like I said, we've seen him protect Earth so many times. And then this comes up. I mean, if you look at him,
I don't think Goku's really evil. He's just selfish.
part of me feels like that there is an evil part of him. I mean, as you looked, every time he fought a universe, he was getting excited for his own well-being. Every
Also,
time...
Piccolo's died 3 times.
True. But anyway, we all saw in the Zen exhibition match that Goku was only caring about if he got to fight. He wanted to fight. Goku wanted to do this. Goku wanted to do that. He didn't care if the Zen exhibition match meant that we lost one universe or anything like that. I mean, this was Goku's idea, and he's not the one backing out of it. I mean, he's sitting here like, I'll take you all on, and I'll beat you all, which means which means 8 universes going to be in that entire Royal Rumble, which means 7 universes will be annihilated. And Goku doesn't care.
Goku's always fought because he loves to fight, and he doesn't want the place he, has lived all his life to be blown up.
Oh yeah, that's understandable, but I mean, there's that point, though.
But he will, because of the same blood, think if there's a challenging opponent, he will fight them.
He will do it. I mean, that is saying blood. But still, I mean, everybody and correct me if I'm wrong on this, everybody in the entirety of Dragon Ball Z and in Dragon Ball itself, Goku has always been the hero, correct? Goku is saved, Goku destroyed Semi-Perfect Cell. Goku helped destroy Kid Buu. Goku avenged the Saiyan race by destroying Frieza. Goku was the one who killed Frieza to save the Earth and resurrection of F.
If we really want to talk about character development, there's Vegeta, yes. In the entire thing, Vegeta's become a much better person.
Yes.
Let's also talk about Piccolo.
We barely even get to see him anymore. And when we do, it's like he's with Pan, and he more in the Goku Black arc more than anything.
I miss Piccolo.
Piccolo was always nice to have.
Piccolo is such a good character. He was such a big part of the original Dragon Ball towards the end.
He really was too. I mean,
and
Goku
even
versus Piccolo Jr. was fun.
King Piccolo, the demon,
yes.
his son, the one we all know and love, Piccolo Jr., who, like his father, wanted to take over the goddamn planet.
But then decides to change his mind ever since he abducted Goku's son.
He's a better father than Goku was to Gohan.
That, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. I mean, Gohan, I feel really bad for Gohan because in his young childhood, Goku was barely there. I mean, the only times that Goku was really there is when he was a little small child. And after Raditz came down to the planet, all bets were off. He's just gone.
You know, Raditz was awesome, but
Raditz was awesome as a character, but he was terrible as a fighter.
I would have liked to have seen... I really would have liked to have seen more of Raditz, like, later on. Like, even if it was just kind of some
bullshit flashback.
Whenever Goku died, he encounters him in the afterlife, something like that.
I just realized something. Okay, so we all remember GT that Nappa came back in GT.
And Frieza and Cell.
And stuff like that back in GT.
And the Ginyu Force.
Yes. Would that be a bigger possibility now in Super?
Come to think of it, they're getting all these different fighters. What's stopping them from getting dead ones?
Exactly. I mean, what's to stop them from bringing Frieza back to life and plumping him into that arena?
I guess they're just sticking it with the mortal ones, and I guess they're no longer mortal after they died.
I guess not. But anyway, I mean, that could be an option. We could see some bits and pieces from GT. I mean, we're already seeing a lot of Easter eggs in Dragon Ball Super from what?
Frieza versus Frost.
That would be an interesting fight. I mean, people have already recreated that battle with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. but it feels like it would be more intense if it was actually a really good written out Akira
I want
Toriyama fight of
I want you to
Frieza
think
versus
about it.
Frost.
It's Frieza versus Frost, and they're fighting, and then Frieza goes Golden Frieza.
I wonder if Frost were to train that hard enough, could we possibly see Golden Frost? I mean,
Maybe.
it's clearly shown that Frieza race can achieve the golden form. So what's to stop Frost from trying to get it?
By the way, what the hell is Hit?
I have no
What?
idea. I know Hit's
Every-
going to be in the tournament.
Oh, yeah, but everybody was based off like Frost was like the parallel of Frieza, and
Do you think Hit could possibly be a parallel of Piccolo?
maybe
Because of his calm nature?
yeah, but like even the big bear guy was kind of a thing of Boo because of just you could hit him and nothing would happen.
Uh-huh. And Kaba was obviously Vegeta.
Yeah, or he was the exact opposite of Vegeta's like little brother.
Maybe. But see, I'm really excited to see how this universe tournament goes out, but I'm also very terrified. Not like actually terrified, but I'm more concerned about the arc. I mean, in this tournament, any universe could get vaporized with a flick of a wrist if they lost, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Now this is Dragon Ball. We know somebody's always gonna win or something like that.
Yes, but
Pokemon-
what if this is going to be the arc that decides the fate of Dragon Ball itself?
What if this is the end of Goku? Let's think about this. What if it's not the end of Universe 7? Okay, let's say Universe 7 completely wins. Let's say it's Goku versus let's say it's like Goku and one other person versus the last guy, but the last guy is like super tough. Like say it's the guy Toppo was mentioning, right?
Yeah. Oh, we
Yeah.
already know he's going to be in the fight, as we
Yeah,
all
yeah.
seen in the opening cutscenes and shit like that.
What if Goku pulls what he did on Raditz, puts him in a full Nelson, and jumps off?
And then that's it.
They win, but it's the Void, and Goku's dead.
Forever. Shenron can't wish him back. The Namekian Dragon Balls can't wish. Actually, the Namekian Dragon Balls never did wish back Goku. But I wonder if that would actually work in the Void.
I feel like Xeno would just like overrule that.
Because him and Zeno are like really good friends.
No, I feel like he would overrule if like the Dragon Balls try to wish him back.
Oh yeah. But see, part of me's like that too. I mean, could this decide the fate of either Dragon Ball or could this decide the fate of some of these fighters? I mean, for years Goku and Vegeta have been the two fighters that we've seen. Whenever there's a fight, who's there? Goku and Vegeta.
Piccolo.
And Piccolo. But the main dynamic duo that people keep talking about is Goku and Vegeta.
The rivalry.
Exactly. And I mean, in the manga, when,
The best buddies.
believe it or not, when Goku died at the end of the Cell Saga, Vegeta swore off fighting. When Goku died, and if you read this in the manga, Vegeta flew away saying, "I'll never fight anymore." And what you just said brings up an excellent point. If Goku jumps up and he's lost in the void, what happens to Vegeta? The only one strong enough to fight against Vegeta is Beerus and Whis.
Now here and the Grand Priest
And
all
the
other
Grand Prix.
things.
I'm talking about basically in Universe 7.
Yeah. Let's also think about this. Okay. One of two things would happen. Vegeta would either just stop fighting in general and go care for his family, right?
Uh-huh. Like a normal father.
Well,
Just
three
with
things.
Saiyan
Three things
blood.
might happen. Or something that could supersede it, the Super Dragon Balls.
Super Dragon Balls could possibly do it, but keep in mind those things are planet-sized and they're spread across like all the other universes.
You can't tell me Vegeta wouldn't do it if he lost his fighting partner.
He probably would.
Actually, no, he wouldn't, because after Goku died, he didn't do it.
After Goku died, he didn't do it, yes, but keep in mind with character development, we'll see how it goes. I mean, could
Or he-
Universe 7 win this fight? I mean, if the plot demands it, then I guess something will be pulled out of the ass and Universe 7 will magically win. Now, the reason why I have these superstitions about Universe 7 actually losing is because, one, correct me if I'm wrong here, on the Universe rating scale, Universe 7 was the second from the weakest universe out of all 13. Well, out of all 12.
Out of all of them, keep in mind that's an average for their whole universe's mortals,
Exactly.
not their fighters.
I mean, that's just mortals themselves. They are second to weakest. And that's Goku at max power. Unless Goku's hiding something and just waiting to pull out of his ass.
And then there are those universes which were like above 7 average.
And they were not allowed to participate in the fight.
Well, they were exempt from it. They were allowed to fight if they want to,
True.
but they would get erased if they lost.
But
That
you don't
makes you
think they're
think
going to
that-
take that chance.
Well, except Universe 11. That makes you think. How strong are the mortals of that universe?
Probably 2 times as strong as Goku. I'm saying
Not-
that their weakest fighter would
not-
be as
not
strong as
Goku.
Goku.
Their weakest I don't say their weakest fighter be as strong as Goku. I'm just talking about I would say one of their normal mortals would be able to vaporize Mr. Satan.
Basically. Just with one smack of the pinky. But anyway, with this being said, this arc is actually intriguing me because you've seen a lot of character change. I mean, we've all seen Goku's reaction, Vegeta's reaction, even Gohan's reaction. I mean, let's talk about Gohan for a minute in this arc, okay? So what has he been doing before this showed up? He is a scholar. He is training to become a scholar, yes?
Yeah.
The only time we really got to see him fight is when he was doing the Super Saiyan Man. The Super Saiyan Man movie. And then he
Super
fought...
Saiyan Man.
Yeah, Super Saiyan Man. So,
We
we mainly saw that. I mean, after that, Gohan's character development, he stayed home, taking care of Pan. He lived a normal life. He lives a successful life. Keep in mind. And then this comes up, and all of a sudden, he wants to start fighting again? I mean, could it be possible that we could possibly see Mystic Gohan again? I sure as hell hope so. That's one of my favorite transformations.
I was just thinking of something. Think about how strong these guys are. Now, just imagine for 1 second. I know it's not allowed, but imagine if Elder Kai tried fighting one of them.
That would be hysterical.
I'll get ya!
I mean, Mystic Gohan could return. There's a lot of possibilities in this now that barely anyone could think of. I mean, basically all of these are theories, statements. These are what me and Lion are saying now are not anybody else's thoughts. It's just basically what our opinions of what could happen. My opinion is that there is a higher possibility of Universe 7 losing than they are winning. I mean, yes, Krillin is smaller and can move fast, but he can easily get terrified. Yes,
He gets terrified, but let's not forget that Krillin is much more versatile than either Goku or Vegeta. They know moves, but they stick to their 2 moves, essentially. Think about it.
I mean, Goku uses the Kamehameha and Kaioken a lot.
That's his go-tos. He doesn't really do much else.
The Kamehameha is basically his last resort.
We've seen Krillin. We've seen Krillin use Solar Flare in Z.
I mean, the one person that I think uses the most ki-based attacks is Krillin.
Also Tien Shinhan.
And Tien Shinhan. I can't...
Kiko Ho!
Kiko, fuck you.
Kiko, how you doing?
Anyway,
Uh,
I'd
I'm
say
just gonna
Krillin
turn
and
circles
Tien
into
use the most
fucking
key-based
squares.
types. I mean, when was the last time we ever saw Vegeta do Big Bang Attack or Gallic Gun? Well, Gallic Gun was in the Goku Black Arc.
It's Galgun. He uses Final Flash.
In a baseball game, may I add you.
Yeah. And then we have the king of all fighters, who won't be in the arc, but the king of all fighters, Yamcha, who saved the day by holding on to that ball.
But if Yamcha's gonna be fighting, I have a feeling it's gonna be the Saiyan saga all over again.
Yamcha is not fighting. They're using Tien. I
Yeah,
looked up the
know,
roster.
but imagine that though, just having Yamcha in that fucking fight.
Wolf Fang Fist against the actual wolf.
That would be fucked up.
Wolf Fang Fist. Racist.
But I have a huge feeling that Goku wouldn't like we said earlier, and that kind of raised the question for me. Goku uses the Spirit Bomb a hell of a lot. Okay, he used it against
But the
Frieza.
charge up time kind of makes it pretty
Yes, but-
abysmal in an 80 10 or 70 V10.
Well, 70 V10,
70.
yes. But not only that, where would Goku get that much ki?
Considering they're in a separate dimension
With no planets or anything
and
like
no
that.
and no
He would
and no way
have
to
to
offer
get
their
help.
stuff.
He would have to get help from fighters themselves. Either that or the gods.
Zeno's just like, oh, this looks interesting. I'm gonna give him some energy.
Yeah, and Zeno's like, ooh, he's raising his hands. I'll do the same. And Zeno just raises his hands, and then there's this ginormous spirit bomb.
I feel like that would just be like, it starts off small with Goku, and then the Xenos are like, oh, that's fun. And then it just goes.
He just twitches his arm, and it's like huge as hell. It's even bigger than the arena itself. I mean,
She's like, well, keep in mind, the Spirit Bomb doesn't affect people who are pure of heart, so the Justice Patrol won't get hits.
well, technically, no one from those other universes would get hit. Technically speaking.
They're pure of heart. A lot of those people are not pure of heart. Hit is not pure of heart.
Oh, Hit is definitely not pure heart. I'm just saying it wouldn't affect a lot of people. It maybe knock the wind out of them, but it wouldn't kill them. And plus,
it doesn't-
killing's not even a thing in this tournament. You can't kill.
It doesn't even hurt people who are pure of heart. Like, it just bounces off of them. Like, you remember Gohan bounced off his hands.
Yes, I remember.
So it would just mostly take out the evil people.
Mainly. But then,
But if
then
it
again,
bounces
you
off-
can't kill in the tournament.
Wait a second, just saw something. It bounced off Gohan, but it also knocked Gohan back when he did that.
Exactly. So it could,
So
like I said, it still could
knock
stun
some
him.
people off. It could knock some people off.
Oh, it could.
Granted, they could just use Solar Flare, and then Goku could do that thing where he twitches his muscle and sends the Ginyu Force
Imagine
flying.
if they just spammed that. Fucking solar flare, just to knock
Solar
people
Flare,
off. I mean,
Solar Flare.
could you see
God
that?
damn
I
it,
mean,
stop it.
Goku knows solar flare. Krillin knows solar flare. Tien knows solar flare. I mean, imagine that. Just they
Hell,
could
that-
spam the hell out of solar flare.
I feel like Xena would just find that one funny. Solar Flare! Psh,
Solar
creates
flare.
a sun.
I mean, they could do that, but I mean, I don't think that'd be a big possibility.
Hey, Blake's on.
Very nice. But anyway, I mean, that's mainly it for me. I mean, that's pretty much all the big stuff. I mean,
My closing statement, we need more Piccolo. There we
we
go.
need more Piccolo. My closing statement is to actually give all these fighters a better chance of their key-based attacks. I mean, one more debate before we close this out. I mean, what does Goku do insanely a lot when he fights?
Yo.
Besides that, he uses his feet. Most of his attacks are kicks.
He has extreme... That's because he wears the most weighted thing on his feet,
Yeah, so
and
that
it,
would make sense. I mean,
and his legs are stronger because that's just how muscles work.
yeah, but keep this in mind. If that was the same way, Vegeta would be using his feet a lot, and he doesn't. If you've
Uh,
noticed, Krillin uses his feet a lot. Gohan uses his feet a lot.
well, that's because they Krillin and Goku were taught by Roshi. Uh, Gohan was taught by
Piccolo.
Piccolo, who basically just fucking spin kicks, and and he was also taught by Goku.
I mean, there are good reasons why to kick. It's just I feel like that has more of a disadvantage when kicking because it takes longer to kick someone than it takes to punch somebody.
Especially when you're not just kicking, especially when you're Piccolo who does fucking spin kicks.
I mean that's just gotta take a while. I mean, yes, you see these fights that give us a perspective that they're moving at the speed of light.
Now here's an idea. Hear me out. Hear me out. What it you know how Boo just kind of bounces around, right?
Yes, but he also uses that to his advantage as well.
And you know how he's basically Kirby and can inhale.
Basically,
What
and
if
turn
he
people to candy.
what if he just turned someone to candy and shocked them?
Turns them to candy and eats them?
No, chucks them, like chucks them out of the ring.
Yeah, but knowing Boo, he'd probably eat them.
Yeah, he'd eat him. Or he could go up to somebody and just turn himself into a balloon and go boom.
Yeah, that is possible, but we all know that gigantic ass bear from Champa's universe would probably bounce back.
Boo versus that guy is going to be interesting.
I mean, imagine Boo punches him, he bounces. He punches Boo, he bounces. I mean, soon you're just gonna have a big, huge pinball game sitting in the middle of the fucking arena. Anyway, am I excited for this tournament? For some people, I want to see yes. I'm really excited to see Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan fight against other people instead of fighting each other. I think in my opinion, Boo's pretty much pointless because of his bouncing ability. I mean, his regenerative power and his healing power could prove useful, but it's nothing if he bounces everywhere.
Because he'll eventually bounce out of that ring.
Exactly. So I think that's just pointless. Krillin 18 and 17 would actually be a good addition. So would Tien and Piccolo. Roshi is very tricky, so yes, but I think the main one that I think is completely pointless. Yes, he has very good physical physique, and yes, he's very agile, but that comes at a price. I mean, his body is basically rubber. I mean, if you really want to compare it to what we've seen in Dragon Ball Z and in Dragon Ball Super, he is basically rubber.
But he can also plant himself, remember?
Oh yeah, he can also make duplicates of himself. So I
Uh,
think
Boo mostly just does stuff for fun. If he gets told
he
by
thinks it's fun in games.
If he gets told by Mr. Sand that the game is like stay put and don't get knocked out, I feel like he could do it.
Oh yeah, but keep in mind, Mr. Satan, 9 chances out of 10 would probably not be there.
I mean, they already had it worked out with the gods that Mr. Sand needs to be there, so Boo can do stuff.
So Boo could actually listen. Anyway, with that being said, those have been me and Lion's opinions / debates on the new Dragon Ball Super arc. Basically, the universe survival arc in general. With this being said, I'm Idiot Dark. This with RPG Lion.
Stay tuned. Keep watching Dragon Ball.
Stay tuned. We will be doing more debates with other episodes in the future. Stay tuned. Smash that like button. smash that subscribe button, and leave your opinions down below of what
And
you
more
think
Piccolo.
could happen. And hashtag more Piccolo. All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye.